I am well. I am alive. I am fine. Yes, I've been away for almost 2 weeks now. Reason being is that I was involved in a car accident, so I had to take some time to really rest and recover. No fractures, no fatalities, as you can see, no limbs missing, but a lot of soft tissue injuries. Other than that, I'm doing well. So yes, before we get into this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I know you guys miss me. I know you guys are ready to hear from me, and let's get this out there. All right. Yeah, let's get right into it. I had struggled in terms of what content I was going to bring to you guys as I had returned back from recovery. But I think in my boredom, I had watched a lot of boring things and some great things. So I'm going to cover the Netflix series called I Am Georgina. For those of you that do not know, Georgina is the longtime girlfriend of Cristiano Ronaldo. They've been together since 2017. They have 4 kids together. They actually have one together, but she helps to raise also his 3 other kids, one of which is from a previous relationship, and the twins, which are from a surrogate. So basically, this Netflix series is a 6-part series that follows the life of Georgina, or vaguely follows the life of Georgina. And I think more than anything, this Netflix series attempted to dispel any rumors and misconceptions that might have had Georgina. She doesn't really dive into the nitty-gritty of her life, but she gives like a brief overview or outline of her life. Now, do I think that it was worth a 6-part series? No. I think it could have been condensed into like an hour-and-a-half episode and we would have been done. So Georgina definitely comes across as a very loving and giving person. More than anything, she is about her family. She's not very charismatic. She actually is quite boring. She has quite a dull personality. She is a very pretty woman, a very beautiful woman. And if you look at her relationship with Cristiano, it actually makes a lot of sense. Since he is always very busy with the soccer thing, and she prefers to be at home raising her family, although she has her own things on the side, because not only is she a mom, she also is a businesswoman. She's also a model, and she just looks like a very pretty woman. So why am I actually covering such a series for you? So I actually want to go back to something that was mentioned within the series, which was the question of marriage. So for a lot of people, your relationship is defined on what you guys understand, and sometimes the unspoken and the spoken, all right? The question came up to her, I think once or twice, and also to Cristiano, because he does appear in the series, and they asked when are they getting married? And she basically said that there is no time, but that marriage is definitely in the picture. And he also said that there was no time, but he definitely sees himself being with Georgina for a very long time. Now, this is what I know, okay, and this is what I believe and understand. Okay, everybody, like I said, you and your partner definitely will define your relationship. What may work for one person or one couple may not work for another, and vice versa. But the most important thing moving into relationship, no matter what it is that you guys may agree upon, is that you are quite clear about the things that you want, and quite clear about the things that you would like to achieve, and quite clear about where you see yourself going with this person. If you are in a state of mind personally, per se, where you would like to get married, and you date somebody who does not really hint at marrying you or wanting to be with you for a very long time, my best advice to you is to cut that cord and leave. Because I have seen way too many friends, way too many aunts, way too many cousins who commit themselves to a particular person, have kids with them, and then when the relationship is not working out 5, 10, 15, 20 years later down the line, the man gets up and leaves. Now, this is not a man bashing video, please. It's nothing about that, but I'm just talking to my sisters today. He gets up, he leaves, and he marries somebody else. Or what happens is that he might not give you kids, but give somebody else kids and have an entire family on the side while leaving you in the dark. There are certain things that you cannot compromise on when you are in a relationship. You have to be very clear about it, especially if you know that this is what you desire, this is where you see yourself. If the person does not share the vision or the dream with you, you have to leave that person and move on. I don't understand. Okay, maybe because emotions are involved, but it's also like in business. You know that if somebody is not sharing the vision with you or sharing the dream with you, then either you have to leave or they have to leave, right? Because it becomes bad business at the end of the day. In as much as we want to get into loving and create relationships, a lot of times a marriage or a relationship is some sort of a contract, right? It is some sort of a contract because there has to be some terms and conditions that you both have to agree on, or certain terms and conditions that you two might be able to relax a bit on and actually find a way to move forward and work around it or about it, or actually work towards it, right? Now, what I do know is this: if you love something or someone, if you are for it, die for it, live for it, you will make time for it no matter what the situation is. Listen, people who are broke still find time to buy alcohol and party. People who I don't know, you get what I'm saying? Like you will find time for something. I know a lot of guys may be like, oh, but it's the lobola, it's all of that, which I can understand because of our culture. If you do the bride price and everything, but sometimes if it is not much of a big deal, simply go to court and sign. Simply go to court and sign, and then have the big wedding later, right? I think if you're able to negotiate with your in-laws or your in-laws to be, they can still respect you for it, they can still love you for it, as long as you honor a lot of things in terms of marrying the person or him marrying you. But if you realize that you're heading in two different directions, I think the best thing for you is to cut the cord and move on. Even if there are kids involved in the situation, sometimes it may seem like a better solution or the best solution for you guys to separate and move on with your lives, and then find a way to co-parent healthily and to co-parent happily. So we don't want to keep finding ourselves over and over again in dead situations. So get clear with what you want. There are certain things you cannot compromise on. A typical example of this was actually with Georgina. She's one of the hosts on The Real. She was married to, before she married GEC, she was married to another guy. I think his name was Frederick, a couple of years ago, and obviously now they're divorced. But she didn't want kids and he wanted kids. And I think when he married her, he was like, oh, I could probably change her mind about it down the line. But later on, it turned out that she really did not want kids. And although ironically she has a child now, but then at that moment she did not have kids, and Freddie wanted kids. I do not know what their relationship was, or for people's lifestyle like that, but when it all came together, it made sense that they were not going to be compatible for each other because they wanted two different things at different times. You see, so whatever you do, like, make sure that you set clear goals. There's certain things you cannot compromise on. There's certain things that you can compromise on, and understand that each relationship is some sort of contract. But make sure that both of you are understanding and agreeing to the terms and conditions that you lay out for each other, and it will not come back to bite you or hurt you. So if you like this video, please go ahead to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. And toodles!